Susan Lazar, Hart here, creator. I'm going to say co-creator of Fearless Women Rising, because it's you being here and your energy that contributes to who we are and how we rise. Myself, I'm a transformational mindset coach, assisting people in transforming into creating a life they love, because there's often things that we hold on to, past, present, and future, that keep us from celebrating life and being joyful in the life that we live. And so what I thought I'd talk about today is that feeling that a lot of people have right now who are coming to me, waking up, just feeling really bummed. They don't know why. And they're just like, nothing's working out, or what they thought was going to happen didn't happen, or, well, there's a lot of things going on right now. Number one, there's a huge onslaught of information overload. You've heard me talk about this before. We have a capacity to pick up everything. You know, we're like these sonar people that are just picking up everything, thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are going on all over the world. Just because you can pick them up doesn't mean you can't lay them down and let them go. Now, that's not to say that you don't have compassion. It's to say that, is this aligning with who you're asking to be in the world? If it's not, don't buy it as real and true, right? Be that energy, that heart energy of love for yourself, for this planet, that energy that creates greater. I know there's a lot of people that talk about certain meditations, certain beings of light pouring down onto the planet. I'm asking you to dive a little bit deep today and really take an aerial view. You know, I always say take an aerial view of what you're creating with your life, and really now is the time. What's working, what's not working for you, let that be that for right now. And again, it doesn't mean that you don't have a voice. It doesn't mean that your voice doesn't create the changes that you're asking for in the world, unless you're actually grounded from here, from the heart, with joy for you, for what you're creating and how you're creating. That ripple doesn't go out, right? That energy doesn't go out. So you might be asking for something, but if you're not willing to be that energy, it doesn't translate. And so the awareness I had for myself as well is, you know, how much are we juggling, right? How much are you juggling? You know, there's your life, your living, your business, all the pieces and parts of your business, all the pieces and parts of your life. Or maybe you're just sitting there going like, Susan, I don't have a business and I don't actually have a life. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here, right? And that could be you too. It's how many people are feeling that way. And I always say, don't let this reality win. Yeah. I want you to do this thing for me today, this week. I want you to pick one thing that brings you joy. One thing that you can focus on, whatever that is for you. Again, I became aware of that for myself. We're not created to do everything all at once, all at the same time. Our brains, that's not how it works. Right? And we know when we dive into something with joy, there's a richness to it. There's an abundance to it. It feels like, yes, this is me. No matter, and so that's why I say it's not about making the big or the small. It's about choosing what would bring you joy today. Just today. Start with today. And let that multiply. Maybe it's a list you have of things that you were supposed to be doing or contacting or whatever that is. Look at that list. What's doable right now? What's one thing that's doable right now? Because I tell you why that's important. It's important because you're then telling your nervous system, I am honoring you. Now, I know there's a lot of talk about nervous systems right now. It's, you know, people are talking about the pineal gland. All of a sudden, information is coming out about our central system and how it has many brains. There's lots of information. All that to say is we are connected. Every cell, every module, every part of you is all connected. So when you're feeling off or you're withholding joy from yourself, your body gets it. Your being gets it. Your higher self gets it. Whatever that is for you. It's all there. You have to actually choose it. And I'm asking you to choose to let go of, oh, I've got to do this and I've got to do this and this is going on and I've got to do that. And just be present with one thing that will bring you joy, one thing that will move the needle forward, whatever that is. You know, for myself, we're moving, and I thought, okay, what do I need to do today to actually take some of this to-do stuff off my head? Oh, I could write a list of everything that's being moved over in terms of what has to be organized, what has to be cleaned, what all of that. And then do I need to send this list to somebody else? Like the people who run where we're moving into the condo, do they need to know that these people are coming in to clean the ducts, DUCTS, that this is happening, that this is happening? I don't have to be there. But once I gave that message to them, then it's like, oh, it's not on my list anymore. That's just one small thing. Then all of a sudden my assistant contacted me and she said, are you doing a live today? And I'm like, yeah, actually I am. Cool. That's one of the things that I want to honor myself and you by being present with the questions that you're asking. Now, I did write a poll. If you scroll up or down, I think it's pinned. But what's coming up for you? And in our Sunday lives, our Sunday reset lives, I've been tuning in to those questions that you've been asking. And I'm looking forward to more of them, because that gives me the wind underneath these wings of fearless women to know what it is that's coming up for you, to know what it is that we need to clear, to let go of, to know what tools you need. You know, it's all about trusting you trusting you to actually say, yes, this is what I want to focus on, right? It could be going for a walk every day and honoring that, right? It could be doing some research. Let's say all of a sudden you start hearing about fascia and you say, what is that? Why is everybody talking about fascia? Why is everybody talking about light being poured onto the planet? Why is everybody talking about ascension? Or why is nobody talking about what I need to hear? Right? This is your life. You know, I talk about this. This is your one true precious life, to quote the poet Mary Oliver. And it's you know, how many summers do you have left? How many winters do you have left? Maybe you have 50. Maybe you have 10. Maybe you have things that you're just like, oh, if only. Well, now is your if only time. Now is your if only time. And so I'm going to encourage you once again to what if you stop juggling? And you stop listening to all of this stuff, saying, oh, you have to do this and you have to sign up for this and all of that stuff. You see, you're not trusting you. You're not trusting your knowing. And that's, you know, for those of you who've worked with me, that's what I'm all about. I'm about self-actualization, about choosing something, putting it into action. How do we put it into action? What's required? Focus. Do you kind of get, there's like a rhythm there? Yeah. So I want to hear from you. What is it? Pick one thing for this week that, or even just for today. Let's never mind this week. How about just for today? One thing that you do know that if you do, it'll be honoring your word to you. Because we do tell ourselves things, yeah? Would you agree? Yeah. We do promise ourselves things. And oh, it's not possible. Oh, I can't do that. But when you pick that one thing, I want you to notice the feeling before. Is it trepidation? Is it doubt? Is it lack of trust? And then afterwards, I want you to notice how that feels. Yeah, because there's a calmness that happens when you start to trust that you can honor your word to you. And you know, I keep, just like this, my hands keep going to my heart, because this is where it all begins, from your heart. Heart-centered transformation. Heart-centered transformation has to do with knowing that no matter what it looks like, no matter what it takes, you can trust that by putting one foot in front of the other, you will create a life you love. Now, short and sweet. Thank you so much. Sorry for those of you who are waiting. Techie is not my middle name. So if you have a question for me, pop it in here. If you're watching this later, #replay. If you have a takeaway, if you're like, oh, I didn't think of that, put it in here. Because when you put in your takeaway, other people read them and they're like, oh yeah, I can do that, or I can relate to that. Because this is a community meaning we're in communion with that awareness that when one of us rise, we all rise together. And so it's part of being a community, is supporting each other in creating lives we love living. So I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. We'll get this ironed out a little bit better each time. Until then, live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be, because the world truly, truly, truly needs more of you and that special sauce and that trust that you are building up in you, in your voice, in your actions, in creating a life you love. Mwah. Big love from Montreal. And pop in your comments. You know, I do check in every day.